IBM Business Connect 2016. Here we'll be hearing from professionals across sectors from banking and finance to telecommunications to marketing and sales, etc., and industries in the government share with us how they have been able to adopt IBM's cloud, big data, cloud storage, and analytics, and even cognitive technology in their day-to-day operations. We'll also be hearing from IBM on how they are making their services and products available and accessible to local clients and local businesses to drive development and overall bottom line. I am Belari Zokoje, and this is TechCity.
First of all, the Business Connect is one of our flagship events for our customers. The whole idea is to bring experts, industry experts, and executives from various industries together for us to rub minds. From an IBM point of view, what we like to do is showcase our solutions, software, hardware, and our services to them, as well as our thought capital with regards where we see the markets going, the industry going, and what companies are doing to improve their lot by staying in business, as well as returning good investments, good returns to the shareholders' investments. On top of my head, agriculture, for instance, transportation is one area, oil and gas is another area, name it. If you look at the kind of things we do, we work for almost all industries, even though we have focused industries that work in. The whole essence of our business as a cognitive solutions and cloud business is to introduce cognitive thinking in decision-making in businesses across all businesses, and then also provide cloud platforms, because we believe it's at its tipping point and is the next frontier in technology adoption, going forward.
All right, guys, IBM Connect 2016, we are talking about practically every technology that businesses need in order to get better. And with me right now is Karthik Venkatavarman. Did I get that right? Okay, and of course he is from the Cognitive Solutions team of IBM Middle East and West Africa. It's so nice to have you here.
My pleasure.
Real quickly, we hear cognitive a lot these days. Is this some kind of new technology, or has it been there all along, but it's just being explored?
Well, cognitive is a natural progression of how computing has evolved. If you remember, computing started off with early calculators, then moved on to systems that could be programmed. So you probably remember Fortran, old languages like COBOL and so on. Today there is a natural progression of computing to not being rule-based or program systems to systems that can learn, systems that can augment us rather than simply do calculating tasks, and those are called cognitive systems.
The Nigerian startup ecosystem, there are quite a number of startups. In fact, they say the SMEs are the major drivers of the economy. How exactly do you, from your end as an IBM person, how much of adoption do you see SMEs using your services, cloud services, cognitive data, big data analytics? How much adoption really is there?
So there are two groups of companies. There is the SMEs, which is the small medium companies, which is like manufacturing, retail, and so on. And these are, in fact, my preferred type of customers when it comes to cloud, because they don't have any limitations. They don't care. They are not constrained by the limitation around data privacy and data sovereignty. So they are willing to put their data on a public cloud and go and try new things. So most of my customers here in Nigeria and across the Middle East and Africa, I would say, are in the commercial sector, where they are in the small medium. They are experimenting and trying, putting their ERPs and so on the public cloud.
Keep or store your data, and that's a major problem.
Very important. What we do is that we have the backup, we have the platform whereby we store our data. Yes, we still have the primitive file carrying and everything, but what we are trying to do is to store all those things. But you see, because of the tradition, we still let them keep those files in archives. So we still go back to make reference, and don't forget that at times you may lose that data and things may happen. So we do that to ensure that we balance it. We have the primitive way of doing things and we have the technological way of doing it, so that we can balance it. Once, we don't pray for hazard things. fire and everything. So we keep them in the archives and we ensure that those things are done that way.
What's the biggest challenge you as a company face in Africa? First Nigeria and then Africa.
So look, I think just like everybody else, it's the adoption of the technology. Once we start small, and then we start to grow the adoption of the technology, and just like anything else, it's going to take off, right? Just like we did with mobile phones, just like we did with everything else. And so I think right now we're at the infancy, which is fantastic because we're starting to see, you saw in the hackathon, and you saw the Cogna hack, and you saw for 50 people what they did over the course of a week and how they developed an application, not necessarily for the bank, but for them that the bank can use, right? To say, this is how you can address some of my challenges and address my experience as a user, right? It's fantastic. And we would not have seen developers like this even a few years ago.
There you have it, from cognitive to big data to analytics and cloud storage. There is a whole lot of work that IBM is doing for businesses, both established and even the emerging businesses in Africa. And there's a whole lot of collaboration with sectors and even the government. All you need to do is look and you will see. For TechCity, I am Belara Zokoji at the IBM Connect 2016. Thanks for watching. See you next time.